It is about your boy, the big
Wemby.
Wemby motherfucker. I need to see the breakdown of yesterday because I am still in pain from yesterday. So I need to see what this video is about.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He is definitely a generational player by the way he's playing.
Before we get into the video,
make sure you smash that subscribe and the follow button.
Let's go.
Victor Wembanyama already has the NBA terrified. We just watched a 7'4" alien score 40 points while showcasing an offensive game that is a problem. Backwards alley-oops, dribble size-ups into step-back threes, an ISO blow-by against Anthony Davis with a dunk in his face. In year 3, Wemby already looks unstoppable, and the best part is, last season, Victor averaged 8.8 threes a game. We all thought that was too many, but now a new ability has been unlocked. His dunk package. In the 2025 season, Wemby averaged less than 2 dunks a night, but in game 1 of this season, he had 7 dunks and they were all vicious. Back in 2022, Yass said,
"He's incredible, man. Like, we have never seen something like that before. We gotta get ready for this kid, you know. He's gonna be really good."
This is what Yass knew was coming. But we still have questions. What exactly has changed here, and will these changes already force Victor Wembanyama into the MVP conversation? That is the question for today, but first...
It's actually crazy because people are literally already saying he's going to get MVP and it's been one game. Game 1 of the season, they're already saying MVP.
Oh, yeah,
I do want to ask you a question. Do you actually believe that Victor Wembanyama can win the MVP in year 3? We know that Victor is a generational prospect. We know with some guys like Zion that those prospects do not always hit. But when they do, results can come fast. In his 3rd season in the NBA, at a younger age than Victor, LeBron averaged 31.4 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game as he finished 2nd in the MVP voting to Steve Nash. Now, LeBron could have won that MVP, and maybe he should have won that MVP as he actually had better overall numbers and better advanced numbers than Nash, and the Cavs only lost 4 more games. Bron fans in the comments, I've got you. What's more important here is that it is possible for Victor to win MVP in year 3. But as we know, LeBron is one of the top 2 players of all time, depending on who you have as the GOAT. So for Victor to also be in that MVP conversation in year 3, that would mean he is on a GOAT-like path. Now, do we think he is really that good? Well, with the new abilities he just showcased, I think you'll agree it is more than possible.
You know what, You know Cooper Flag? Obviously Cooper Flag. Oh, by the way, you know that was Cooper Flag's first NBA
we were
game.
too harsh on him.
Yeah, I would say so. But it did take 2.5 quarters for him to wake up. But what I will say is Wemby was literally like a welcome to the NBA moment for Cooper Flag, because when Cooper Flag's been playing on the off season, he's obviously playing against bench players and they're not putting their main guys out on preseason. And he outperformed a lot of games on that level. But then when the big boys came out to play,
he's gonna go.
It was a reality check.
Yeah, he's gonna go back to the court and be like, okay, cool, I need to practice.
It's a wake up call. You need it.
100%.
Otherwise, you can't be great if you're not versing these kind of people.
Yeah.
Let's remember when watching these clips, Victor was playing against Anthony Davis, Cooper Flag, and Derek Lively, all known solid to elite defenders. Low-key, Coop also got his welcome to the NBA moment here, but with that in mind, on his first basket of this game, Wemby showed us something else he's been working on, his off-the-dribble scoring package. Here, he denies the screen, then acts as if 7'1" Derek Lively isn't even there and simply just shoots over him. Easy money. A huge criticism of Wemby was that he wasn't using his height enough to his advantage. We love watching him shoot threes, but in moderation. I think we can all agree moderation is the key word here, and that 8.8 attempts a night last season was extreme. For his second basket, this is what we want. But before we continue, I'm very excited. So I was this on show. Thank you. Blow by quickness against big men and much more length than other big men. Next basket, There's Wemby dunking in Derek Lively's face, literally, but also off of a back cut. Love the IQ, love the movement. And then his fourth basket was a beautiful fadeaway off the dribble that shows us just how much he has developed his overall game. We actually saw a few shots like this in his 40-point game, but going back to the dunks here, they stand out because of the aggression. Wemby is using strength he previously did not have to force his way to the rim and viciously embarrass guys time and time again.
You know what it is with his dunks? They had power. They seemed slow, I didn't expect the power, but then when he pinged it in, I was like, whoa. Wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a lot of force behind that.
Bare force. It didn't look like that force was going to get generated when he's up. I think because he's so tall, you don't need to jump much, so you don't see like the impact of the jump. But then when he slammed it, I was like, what the fuck? This guy has serious power.
2 dunks a game at his height is nice, but the more Wemby attacks, the more he plays around the rim, the more those dunk numbers, the most effective shot in basketball, are going to skyrocket. For the final play we're looking at, I want to focus on this drive specifically against Anthony Davis because it's so simple, but actually unguardable. Vic just takes the ball right to the rim. He now has enough strength to move Anthony Davis a bit, and then he simply rises up over him for a shot that only Wemby himself could block. How do you stop this?
You can't.
I have no idea, and I don't think the rest of the NBA does either. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and his skyhook, Wemby can take shots that no one can physically guard. He's an offensive juggernaut already when we combine the fact that he can dribble, shoot off the dribble, and knock down threes with ease. It is amazing to watch. But we have even more to talk about here, because it is here that things get even more interesting. LeBron's 3rd season where he almost won the MVP was impressive. But if we fast forward a few more seasons after that, enter Derrick Rose. It is of course Derrick Rose who is the youngest MVP of all time. Rose won the award at just 22 years old, the same age that Wemby will turn this season. And Rose was in his 3rd year, same as Wemby, which means history is saying to us this can be done. On top of this, when Derrick Rose won the award, we were living in an NBA where you needed to be a top team in the standings to be named MVP. In the current NBA, that is no longer the case. If the Spurs are just a playoff team, Wemby will have a shot. I also do think we should point out here, we shouldn't be sleeping on this 40-point game in general. Victor had just one 40-point game in his entire rookie season, and then only 3 games with 40 points or more last season.
And
his new tear down the rim approach is working, and it matters. His offense looks absolutely incredible. But what's wild is that this is not even the best part of Wemby's game. At 7'4" or even taller, with elite instincts and basketball IQ, it is defense that is Wemby's best trait. Let's really consider how absurd that is.
To be
That's
fair,
a valid point. So go on.
To be fair, when he played yesterday, when we watched him play yesterday, he defended very well.
There was 2 occasions or 3 occasions where he done like a crazy block.
Yeah.
Like crazy block. And I was like,
the LeBron
damn,
block.
Yeah. Like, big block.
In his rookie season, Victor finished 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year voting, as the only thing holding him back was he was on a bad team. In year 2, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year if not for injuries that kept him from being eligible. Unfortunate, but with Victor's mindset, this most likely has unleashed a basketball dragon within him. Vic technically hasn't earned anything on the court yet other than a Rookie of the Year award and an All-Star appearance. He hasn't even made the playoffs. This is a player who has openly stated he wants to be the best the game has ever seen. And with his God-given talents combined with his work ethic, the path is there if he stays healthy. I mean, let's look at Wemby's defensive stats on Crafted NBA to see just how generational they really are. 3.7 deflections a game is great. Opponents shooting 13% worse at the rim versus him is even better. But how about the fact that he blocks 10.2% of every shot taken against him? That is insane. It's also the most in the NBA. And even better here for Wemby's future, for his MVP case this season, for his GOAT aspirations. The San Antonio Spurs looked like a unit against the more veteran-led Mavericks. They didn't have De'Aaron Fox, and they took that game with ease. Yes, San Antonio is young, but if they really have an MVP candidate on their team, if they have an alien who is trying his absolute hardest to join the GOAT race, like Yass said, the sky is the limit here for Wemby, which means the MVP conversation might be real. We might be in for a season that is going to blow our minds. And so there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you...
Wemby, Someone needs to like cut a couple inches off his height, get some scissors, chop him up, then he'll be like and put him back in that 6'5", 6'4", and we'll be good.
Listen,
Crazy player.
He is a different kind of player.